years ago, I stated that Obama would take the country apart, piece by piece, that he would cause a civil war in this, that he would cause a civil war in this, that he would cause a civil war in this country.
And he is not alone in that way of thinking. Now, the coming American Civil War is something that has been plotted and planned for a long time, and we are in a current situation in which they have dreamed to get into for a long, long time. Now, I've spoken before of them pushing for this North American Union, and that it's literally going to take an event against the American people to make this come about. Now, the Canadians, I don't think that they're going to go for it either, but the Mexicans, I believe, are more than willing. Now, they know this, and this whole orchestration with the border crisis, we now know, is due in part to Mexico helping this whole thing go down. We have seen piece by piece that this is a legitimate, in the open, orchestration.
Hello, God bless. This is kind of a continuation of conception and some information around the number 186,400. Now, just a refresher very quickly, we know that Comet ISON was 186,400 miles long. Okay, with that, we discovered in Numbers 2:9 that all those who were numbered according to their armies and forces with Judah, all right, which is where Jesus Christ came out of, was 186,400 people. These shall break camp first. Okay, so I just wanted to do some quick refresher here, and we know that Comet ISON impacted the sun November 28th. Okay, November 28th, and the Lord showed me, and I passed this information along through conception, that this is what conception was, and that no man can know the day or the hour when the tribulation will come, as it will come like a woman giving birth. However, we do know that 9 months is the period of a woman, making the baby in the womb. So, or God actually making the baby in the womb. Anyway, so I want to point that out, and I wanted to show you something else. Judah in Hebrew, okay, means thanksgiving. Where is it at? Right here. Literally, thanksgiving or praise. The Hebrew name of Judah. This happened on Thanksgiving. Okay? So I just want to show that, and now I've kind of gone into the number 1864. Okay, in 1864 was the presidential election, November 8th, of McClellan and Abraham Lincoln. Now, what I want to focus on real quick is Abraham Lincoln, and I want you to focus on everything is done for a reason, folks, and I might be reading in this too much, but doesn't this look like an 8? And remember, we talked about the doorway with the dog star Sirius, and I'm just going to, we saw how the infinity, these two stars are going to come together and form this gate, the eye of the needle, right here, just as we saw in the Washington Monument, right here. And, Jesus said, it's easier for a rich man to go through or a camel to go through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to get into heaven. So just quickly wanted to show those two things. Now, we go back, and as these two, the north and the south, these two things converge, the war, it's going to open that gate right here. And as you can see, now the Groks would show this, I'm sure, that the eagle will then fly away. When these two converge and the war begins, the eagle, or the believers, will fly off, all right, and fly away into the stars. I mean, so, I might be reading into it, but let's just take a look. Okay, so President Lincoln, let's look at when Lincoln was assassinated. Lincoln was assassinated on Good Friday, April 14th, 1865. Okay, he was shot in the head. He received a grievous head wound. Okay, he received a grievous head wound, shot in the head on Good Friday. Does this sound familiar? President Obama's favorite president happens to be Lincoln. And it's done, you know, through other different news organizations. I'm not a socialist. My favorite president is actually a Republican. Okay? His favorite president is Republican Abraham Lincoln, who he pointed out to help build the Transcontinental Railroad. Okay? So, with that, we know that in the Bible it says that the Antichrist, or one of his heads, okay, as if it had been mortally wounded, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world marveled and followed at the beast, and they worshiped the first beast. Okay? So what am I saying? Well, I'm just saying that it's very possible that we are on the brink of a civil war here in America, and at probably the height of the Civil War, and we have the time frame with the conception video and with the conception revelation the Lord has showed us, that we know between now and sometime in August, late August, you know, and you know, it's the Lord's plan. You mean, I'm just putting out what I see and what He's shown me. We're going to have a civil war, and I believe Obama will receive this head wound, just as Lincoln did on Good Friday, and then 3 days later, I believe this beast will come back. So, you know, there's a lot we don't know, and there's a lot we know. So, and you know, not one person has all the answers. The Lord shows different things to different people, and it's up to us to confide in Him, read the Word, and listen to His messengers. And I'm not saying I'm a messenger. I'm just sharing what He's shown me. That's all. Anyway, God bless you. Thank you for watching. Time is short, folks. Please share. If you don't want to share the video, please just share the Word. Share God's love. Share the love of the Son. Thank you. God bless.